Well, we spent all night trying to learn this thing. Now let's fly! I'm still surprised that I ended up not only winning reward, which by the way was my first one reward since day 7, but the fact that I won with Shadow on my team. How is that possible? But either way, it's nice to finally catch a breather and say that I actually won something. Alright, you go first, see what it does. Alright, here we go. Oh, look at that thing fly! Wow! I don't know what it is, but this has been such a grateful reward for me. It's been great, fun, joyful, and I just keep remembering and reveling in the fact that you've made it, Shadow, to day 32. I am so proud of how far I've made it in this game, and to have this kind of reward be at the peak has just been beautiful. Ooh, you know what'd be a great idea? What? Flying it outside! Well, listen here, I get to fly it outside. I get to fly it outside. Wait, no, wait for us! This reward was just the refueling I needed to recollect myself. Today was the first time where I didn't really have to focus about the game, think about strategy. I could just have fun with 2 people that I've grown kind of fond of out here. And it's been great. Oh, that was so fun! Look at that! Sandwiches! Oh gosh, those look so good. Can't wait to eat them. Let's dig in! We're really eating them, we swear. Well, you guys don't excuse me. I think an afternoon nap sounds really good right now. You know, I think I finally figured out how I can make my big move in the game. My window right now is Chris. Granted, Chris is the next one to go, but that doesn't mean that I still can't try to figure out a way to work with him. Right now, no one would expect me to align with Chris. So if I at least play up to Chris that I'm going to align with him, then that would be the biggest move of all, because no one would see it coming. 7 days left. You gotta think about how you're gonna win this game, you know? What's gonna get you to win the game, right? Yeah. I'm thinking about who do I really stand a chance against, you know, in the finals. Like, do I really stand a chance at winning the $1 million if I'm sitting next to Eric in the finals, or Chun-Li? Probably not. I mean, only 2 of you are going to make it to the finals. You're going to have to tear each other's throats out eventually. I've got this alliance set to go to the final 5, but then what? I want to jump ahead of the curve, you know, Chris? And I think that you could be my window to get there. And we could benefit each other from this. So you want to work together. You're serious. Potentially. I mean, I'm not going to play for 5th place. I'm not gonna vote you out next just to be satisfied going home next if that's gonna happen. What do you think of it? Well, I'm happy if it keeps me around longer. Absolutely. I cannot figure out what Beth's true intentions are, but it sounds to me like she wants to try to use me as a means of getting to the finals, which could work out in my favor if she's being honest about it. But right now, my options are very limited, so if Beth is being sincere about wanting to work with me to advance both of us, then what else do I have to lose right now? Maybe, just maybe, there's an open opportunity for me to stay in this game.
Well, this is kind of awkward. It's kind of weird being at camp alone with only Eric. I don't know, it's just odd. Because there's not really much conversation that can happen when there's only 2 people.
There's not much I can really do out here when it's just me and one other person, but what I can do is talk to Superior and finalize that he's with our alliance of 5. You know, Superior, he may act kind of dopey and silly, but he is really smart. You know, I think he's very underestimated. And the one thing, though, that he's never been able to do is turn against Chris. He still has a connection to Chris, but Chris has to be the next one to go. So, I have to get it into Superior's head that now is the time that we need him to take Chris out. Look, Superior, I need to be open with you. I promised that I would take you, Shadow, Beth, and Chun-Li to the final 5.
Yeah?
Which means Chris has to go next.
I know that you guys that you gotta do what you gotta do.
But we need you to do it too. You know that now is the time that we have to take him out. Otherwise, we're just betraying each other. And we can't do that now.
The answer should be an obvious yes.
Should be.
Sorry, it's just gonna take me a little bit of time.
No, I understand. He's a friend of yours. I understand.
When I sided with the alliance I'm in right now, I figured that it would eventually reach a point where I would have to turn against Chris. I've been trying hard to keep Chris in the game as long as possible because, well, he's kept me in the game before, and he and I have also been kind of, you know, shields for one another. The longer that Chris has stayed in the game meant the longer I feel like I get to stay in the game. But now may be the time where I have to take out Chris. I mean, just think about it like this. What if Chris wins immunity tomorrow? Who is going to go home between the 5 of us? Chances are they probably will vote for me because I'm the last one to join up with them. And if that's the case, then I'm in trouble. On the plus side, I still have my advantage on medallion that I won from that one reward challenge, so I can use it if need be in case I'm worried about going home next. But when it's all said and done, maybe it's time to take Chris out. I know this has been coming for a while, but it's just so hard when you have to potentially turn on a friend.
Oh, it's been a while since I've been here. It's been a long time since I've been to Exile Island, but I'm kind of glad to be back because there's a immunity idol out here. I failed to get the last one. I'm hoping I can get this one before it is too late. Time to go idol hunting! I've been to Exile more than anybody else. I know this place like the back of my hand. I've looked in every nook and cranny, and I can't find this thing. Which leads me to only one logical conclusion. The idol isn't here anymore. I'm convinced that somebody's found the idol. There are only 2 possible suspects though. Chris and Shadow. One of the 2 of them has to have it. If I had to put money on which one had it, I would actually say Shadow, because Chris, he only had 1 clue and went right as soon as the idol was reset. Shadow found the first idol, and this time he went second, so he had 2 clues. So either way, the fact that the idol isn't here is terrifying. If the idol stays in the game much longer, it's going to be the biggest enemy to my game. I've got to figure out the way to get the idol out of the game, and fast. I have to know who has that idol. I have